Yo guys, it's JJ here, and today I'm going to be taking you guys through a Babytron type beat, especially for his new album, Bin Reaper 3. Before we get into this, make sure to like, comment and subscribe down below. We're on the road to 1,000 subscribers, really trying to push it this year and try and get some great content for you guys. And before it all starts, we got ourselves a free drum kit down below where you can use all the drum sounds that I've used in this video, especially if you're into making Detroit or Babytron beats. So, without further ado, let's get started. First things first for Babytron, to make that classic kind of style for him, you must get an 80s to 70s or even 90s funk pop sample. And as you can see here, I've got myself one. It's a nice little 4-bar loop, and I've pitched it up 600 cents just to get that vibe going. Second thing you need to know, Babytron's BPM range usually goes about 180 to 200, but if you half-time that, it'll be around 90 to 100 BPM. As you guys can see in this case, it's 109 BPM for us. So now I've shown you the sample and you know what kind of BPM we go in for. This is what the sample sounds like. And there you have it. Very nice sounding sample, super Babytron style, but time to show you the mix of it. First things first, we got ourselves an EQ going here, and all you need to do really is cut off all the lows so the bass doesn't clash with the 808, and cut off a few of the highs and frequencies you like, of course, because there's going to be a lot of different drums going on in some of these samples, so cutting off a few of the highs really did that job for me. And then on top of that, we got some Valhalla vintage verb just to add a bit of reverb to the sound so it doesn't sound a bit too dry. Now, moving on to the drums, we of course are going to start off with our clap pattern, and as you can see, it's a very classic and simple clap pattern. However, as you guys can see now, I've layered this clap with a snare just to give it a bit more meat in the overall beat. But these sounds are for free, of course, so you can use the same sounds that I'm using today with the free kit down below, the Essential Detroit kit. So without further ado, this is what the pattern sounds like. And there you have it. Next up, we got ourselves a very classic hi-hat pattern, however with a very small twist, which is changing the velocities a bit. And then in doing so, it'll give the beat a bit more of a bounce and of course allow your artist to flow even better over it. So to achieve this effect, all you need to do is actually just start off with 2 hi-hats, as you can see. Highlight the second one, right click and play with the velocity until you're happy with it. Then zoom out, highlight both of them and click Ctrl B until your whole grid is covered. So without further ado, this is what the drums sound like now. And there you have it. Next up, we got ourselves a perk, and it's the cowbell perk. And from what you can see here, we've got ourselves a nice little pattern that repeats every 2 bar. However, I just decided to add this nice little extra note just for a bit of a change in rhythm. So without further ado, this is what the drums sound like now. And there you have it. Next up, we've got the kick pattern. And as you can see, we are following a very simple but essential pattern to these Detroit and Babytron sounds. And as you can see from the pattern, it's a very simple one, but it's essential to following this Detroit and Babytron sound. So all you need to know is the Detroit sound when it comes to a kick really is every 2 bar, have your regular pattern hit, and then leave a lot of room, and then do whatever you want, or just leave it empty completely. So as you can see, we've got the pattern over here, copy and pasted it over, and also very important, click Ctrl A and use that right scroller wheel so you can max your velocities out, because when you do this to your kick and your 808, it makes your bass hit even harder, and as well as that, it makes your artist go. So with all that babbling on, this is what the kick sounds like. There you have it. Next up, we got ourselves a very simple crash. Comes in every 4 bar, so here's the crash. Oh, and last but not least, we've got ourselves the 808, and of course they're going to be following ourselves, and of course they're going to be following the kick pattern. So you might be wondering, how do you match your 808 key with the sample key? Well, I'm gonna show you now. First things first, I take my 808 around 2 or even 3 octaves higher. And next thing you want to do is, with the pattern that it is laid out as the kick, just play around with the notes in the scale until you find something that sounds exactly like the root note of the sample. So as you'll hear from the first 2 bar, you'll see what I mean when the 808 sounds in key, especially at a high octave, because the frequencies are very, very much easier to hear. See what I mean? Very, very clear to hear, and you know exactly what you're looking for when it comes to your 808. And once you've done that, of course, take your 808s back down to the original octave, and of course, Control A and maximize the velocity, because you want them 808s to be smacking. You want them to be booming in this joint. Now, I've given you that sample source and that Babytron drum source. We have officially the beat. So, without further ado, this is what the beat sounds like. And there you have it, folks. Thank you very much for watching. Make sure to like, comment, and subscribe. And of course, thank you very much for watching. Take it easy. Peace out.